Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and as I was waiting for my Parrot Bebop 2 FPV to arrive, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on that particular quadcopter, and also watched a lot of Helder Hugo's videos and enjoyed them very much. And one of the things that I thought came with the Parrot Bebop was the telemetry data that was shown at the bottom of the screen. I later learned that that was something that you added on later. And once I got some videos made, I wanted to be sure to put that at the bottom of my screen. And it took me a long time to figure out where to go, what to do, how to get started. And so I thought, you know, since I've got it figured out now, I'll put together a video to help those of you who want to get started. And I don't want to take too much of your time, but what we're going to do, we're going to cover how to download the Free Flight Pro onto your cell phone or tablet, how to sign up for the Parrot Cloud so you can get that information, how to download the Flight Data Manager, and how to download and install both of those, the Garmin VirBEdit program. Both of these are free. Everything is free. And then how to place the Bebop video, your video from your Bebop into a selected folder somewhere on your computer. And then how to open the Flight Manager and use it, and then go through a step-by-step walk through to the finish of creating the video and with all the data at the bottom. And I'll actually do one and go right through it with you. So that's what we're going to do, and let's go ahead and get started. Well, on your smartphone, you want to go into your App Store, and when you get to the App Store, do a search for Free Flight Pro. Free Flight is one word, but you could probably find it using two words. Free Flight Pro. And once you find that, then click on it to download it. And as you can see, mine has already been downloaded, but you will have to go ahead and click on download and get it onto your phone. And then once you get it installed on your smartphone, go ahead and open it up. And once you get it open, you will see the screen that is kind of an introductory screen. And right now we're not interested in that. What we were looking at now, we need to go up to the upper right hand corner and click on My Flights. It's up in the upper right hand corner. When you get in there, you'll notice you have no flights listed or logged with the cloud at this point. So in order to get those, you need to go ahead and click on Connect to the Parrot Cloud. When you connect to the Parrot Cloud, it'll bring you to a page where you will go through a standard sign-up procedure like you would normally do for anything. You have to create a username and password. And I think you probably will also receive a confirmation email after you go ahead and get all signed up. Now that you've got your membership in the Parrot Cloud and you've connected up that way, the next thing that you'll want to do is go to Free Flight Pro. You've already logged in there and signed up, but you need to connect to your drone. So you simply hook up the connection here to your phone, have your drone turned on, and have your controller turned on. And that will connect you to your drone. And then it wants to ask you this question, so if you just hit don't ask me every time, just say okay, and it gets connected up. Now you're connected to your drone, and I don't have any picture showing because I've got the cover on the front of the drone, but you're connected now, and you're ready to look at your flights. And so you hit My Flights, and if you've had any recent flights, then they show up here. And if you want to take a look at it, well, then you go ahead and you'll see the summary here, and then the GPS layout using Google Earth, and the graphics are also available there. So this is what you'll need in order to get started and use the overlays in your videos. And after you've come home from a flight, you want to hook this all up again and give your Bebop time to run through your Wi-Fi at home and send all the information to the application manager program. So that's the first step that you need to do. And then the next step is to get it all hooked up together on your computer. All right, this is the flight data manager that was put together by a man named Kenneth Jensen, and on his free time, and he likes to be a good programmer. And so this is, I'll put a link to this page on the bottom of this video, and it'll take you to where it says step-by-step guide for creating your own video. So we'll just go straight there from the top, and that gets you down to, it tells you step-by-step what to go through, and you can follow this, and you wouldn't even have to listen to this video, but it's very detailed. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a quickie video to show you how it goes. So the first thing we need to do is we need to download the Garmin VirBEdit, and it's free. So you click on that link, and it'll take you here, and you'll scroll down to right here, and you can either, if you got a PC, you download that. If you got a Mac, you download that one. So that's the first thing that you need to do, and get that done, and then you go back to the flight data manager or page, and then we're going to need to download the flight data manager tool. And so you click on that link, and that drops you down to the bottom of the same page, and you get the latest version. Click on that, and I believe it's a zip file. Yeah, it's a zip file, so you'll have to unzip it. So go through the normal process that you normally go through for installing programs on your computer, and get that all installed, and then we'll be ready to get started using the tool to put your video together and start making videos with telemetry data at the bottom. So the next step that we're going to go through is actually setting up some files on the computer and start running the software that we've got available. Okay, now that you've got all your data uploaded to the Parrot Cloud, you're ready to start downloading the data into a folder on your computer where you can, you'll have reference to those when you go to the VirBEdit and start putting the graphics on top of your video. So what I do is I create a separate folder for every flight, and so this is our one here. I call it demo, and here's the graphic that I have chosen to use. And you'll notice the way this reads. Let me go up here and click on View, and we'll change this to Details, and you can see how this reads. This is Bebop 2 2016 and 12th month, 15th day, and it was 15:34 and 34 seconds. So it was 3:34 in the afternoon when I made this video. So that's how you read those numbers. So we've got that ready. Now we need to download our telemetry data to this same folder. It's just a good idea. You don't have to, but it's a real good idea. It keeps things organized. And by the way, when I make a video, this little subfolder here, you don't need that. But if I make videos for YouTube, I save all the extra files and video and audio stuff that I have created to go along with this video. So you wouldn't need that there. All right, so we're going to close this up, and we're going to go to the Flight Data Manager, which is right here, and you'll notice a flash. You see that flash? That's the sign-in screen. So that's the first thing you're going to run into on your first time logging in, or every time if you don't save your passwords. So you'll have to sign in, and then you'll get to this page right here. And the first thing we want to do is go up to the button. There's a lot of buttons here. We're going to look at a couple more of them. But anyway, the button up here at the top that says Load Data from the Parent Cloud. All right, well, you've signed in, so now it's going to know whose data to go look for. So when you click on that, it's going to bring in all the data that that you from your flights. You notice I haven't been doing this very long, but anyway, I started. Looks like I started on the 10th of January here. No, I'm sorry, the 10th of December. So, but we were looking at one. It was December 15th. Remember, it was 12:15, and it was at 15:34 in the afternoon, 34 seconds. That's the one we were looking at. Okay, so that's the one that we want to download the information from and put it on in our folder on our computer. So I just double-click here, and then that brings up a graphic display of the data. So here we have all the telemetry data that will be sent to us if we would like that. Now, by the way, I didn't mention earlier, but you're going to probably want Google Earth on your computer, because if you switch to maps down here at the bottom, if you click on that, you'll get a Google Earth image and a map of your flight that you made on that particular day. So that's kind of handy to have, but it's not necessary. Okay, so now we know we've got our data, and we're going to export that to our the folder that we have on the computer. So this is the button that we're going to click, Export Data to Files. So we'll click on that, and it's probably going to go straight to the folder because I've practiced this already. So there we have it, my desktop and my demo folder. So we're just going to select that folder. All right. So what I need to do is go back to the desktop, and then I need to go down to Demo and make sure that that's displayed down here in the bottom. Okay, and all we do is we just select that folder, and once we click on Select Folder, now it has sent all the information to that folder. It wants to know if we want to open up Google Earth and look at the same map that we just looked at through Google Earth, and we don't have time to do that today, so we're going to say no. Okay, now then, we are through using our Flight Data Manager for this flight, so we'll click on Close. We'll go down here and we'll open up our demo folder, and you'll notice now we have several more files in that folder. Okay. And let's go back to View, and let's go to Large Icons, and it makes it easier. So we have a CSV file, which is comma-separated CSV, comma-separated values. I can't remember what the V is for. But anyway, that's you can open that up in your spreadsheet. Here's the file that Google Earth would use. And here's our couple of files here that, let's see, let's go back to View again, and let's go to Details, and let's look at these files, because there's this one here, which has got all the same information, but it's going to give us our information in feet, okay? Or if you like to use meters, this is the file we'll use, and we'll pick that one eventually, and that gives us our information in meters. So now we've got everything we need on our computer to go ahead and start using the Garmin VirBEdit file and combining everything together to make an overlay that's going to go at the bottom or wherever you want to locate it of our video. So we're set to go. Now we just have to go open up the Garmin VirBEdit and start selecting the files from this folder that we're going to use. This is a little inset on the latest version of the video that shows how to put the telemetry onto your Bebop video. This wasn't on the original video because everything used to work great, but in the midsummer of 2017, Garmin VirBEdit was upgraded from version 4 to version 5. And when that happened, then it no longer accepted the Bebop videos as they come, the MP4 videos that come from the Bebop. It wouldn't accept them. And if you've used this program, you know that when you open up a file or bring it into VirBEdit, you get a line that says the file's been uploaded, and then you get another line that says it's being optimized. and that optimization line stopped showing up, and of course then the video didn't work. And I've got other videos to show another video to show what goes on like that. You're welcome to look at that. I'll put a link to it. But anyway, bottom line is VirBEdit no longer worked. So I tried many other things, and I'm sure other people did too, and we just couldn't get it to work. But if we go to, let's see if I can find it here. If we go to Garmin VirBEdit, and you can Google this, and download this November 28th, 2017, the latest version of Garmin VirBEdit, then I know this will work for what I'm going to show you. Okay, and then also you need to, excuse me, my voice. Also, you need to download this video converter. The VLC media player is also a video converter. So that's probably the fastest way to convert your video. I've got other, I've learned from a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, Elder Hugo, who lives over in Portugal, pointed this one out to me. And a lot of times, if you don't know the little tips, it does take longer than other converters. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, I've already got it downloaded, we'll go ahead and get it started, and we'll bring our video up in it. So when it comes up like this, you come over here and click on Media and come down to Convert/Save. Okay, now we need to go find the file that we're going to be using, so we'll click over here on Add, and that will take us to our folder where our file is located, which is this one right here. So we'll double click on that, and that brings it up. Now we come down here and we click on Convert and Save, and we'll go ahead and click on Convert, and we'll browse for where we want to put our file. So we'll just go over here and we'll put it in the same folder, and we'll call it VLC Conversion, and hit enter. Okay, now this is where a lot of people will say go ahead and click Start, but Helder showed me something that I didn't know existed. You click on this little tool icon, and you come up to click on the video codec, and normally this will not be checked. Okay, so without that being checked, well, then you have to go, it has to recreate the video. But if you check on that, it uses the same video, it just changes the header information. So it goes much faster. So we'll click on Save, and now we're ready to start, and here we go. I don't know if you can see the blue line at the bottom, but it's about 25% of the way through. Normally, if you didn't do that, this would take a long time, 12-15 minutes maybe. And my computer is also having difficulties with Windows wanting to update everything. I don't know what's going on lately, but I keep finding that to be an issue when I'm trying to make videos. So it's about 75% of the way through. Coming up to the end, and it usually takes a little while here at the end. There, it's all done. So we'll close this. We'll go take a look at our demo, and we're looking for the VLC conversion MP4. Let's run it and see if it is actually a conversion file. And there it is. Okay, so we're ready to go, and I think it's playing. Let's just jump ahead here for a minute. Alright, so we've got that. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier was before you can put the templates onto your video, you have to install them on your computer. And in order to do that, before you do anything else, you click on this button right here on the right hand side, and that takes you to the video section, or to the section where they have a video. I'll stop the video from running. I could go through the process of deleting all my templates and reinstalling them, but I've already got them in there. So what you want to do is click on Install Garmin Web Templates using feet, and then I also did it install Garmin Web Templates using meters. So that's why I get two of them on the screen. Anyway, and then when you get all through doing that, you just click on OK, and then you're ready to go ahead and start loading data from the Parrot cloud. Forgot to mention that earlier, so that's one thing that's an absolutely must. You have to download those templates. So now we'll get ready to get to work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that into VirBEdit, Garmin VirBEdit. So we've got it down here, and I'll open it up. Okay, now it's loading my clips, and now it's ready for us to use. So we go up here on the left hand side and we click Create Video. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll call this we'll just call it my video, just for fun. All right, so we'll create the video. And now it's going to tell us we got to go find what we want to create. So we're going to click on Import Clips and Photos up here at the top. And we want to go over to Import Other right here. So we're going to click on Import Other. And because I've done this before, it brings us to the folder that we were looking at. And you would probably have to search around on your computer. But here's our file right there, the VLC conversion, and we'll click Open. Okay, and we want to import only, so we'll click on that. And it's going to take a little while for this to optimize. Now, if the optimizing bar doesn't show up, then you know that your video is not going to VirBEdit is not going to accept your video. So it's only 4% through, so we will speed this up and go to the end. Okay, now we've got it optimized and we're ready to go. So we'll click on OK, and there's our VLC conversion up here. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to drag it down like it says down here below. Drag it down into the editing area and let go. Alright. Now we need to get the G-metrics, it's called. That is the telemetry information that we've gotten from the flight data manager. So we'll go over here and we'll click on G-metrics. And we have to come back over here and click again. Then we have to go up to Import G-metrics right there. And this is a list of the history of things that I've done, but we're going to go to On My Computer. Then we have to browse over here. And it's going to take me to the same folder. You'll have to search around for yours. This is the file that we would use for feet. This is the file that we would use for meters. But living in the United States, I'm going to use feet. So we click on that. Oop, click on Open. And as you can see over here on the right, that's kind of a pattern of my flight that day. So I'm going to come down and click on Use This Log. All right. Now then, the next thing, we've got our G-metrics here, but the next thing we want to do is find a template, a Bebop template. So we come up here on the upper left hand corner of this window and click on Templates. All right, and it went to our computer to find those, and so we're going to come down here and we'll just pick a simple one. Let's see. Let's do. Well, we'll do this. Let's do 5. I like doing 5. So we'll click on it, and as you can see, everything shows up here down at the bottom. And just to make sure that you've got the right one, if you click on play, this video takes a while before I take off, so it's going to start in a second here. And there it goes, and you'll see where the altitude goes up a little bit, and the miles per hour change, and now I'm spinning around, and so the compass is changing, so I know I've got the right one. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is export it. And up in the right hand corner here, upper right hand corner, is the word export. So we'll click on that, and the resolution, I would normally use a higher resolution, but we want to get this done in a hurry. And maximum target quality I would also want to use. Also down here, this defaults to a Virb intro, which will put something on the screen that says this was done in Garmin VirBEdit. But I would rather not have that. And so now then I need to search for where I want this file to be located. And so I click on Browse. And if I go, this is on my desktop. So if I go up a little bit, there's the desktop, and there's the demo. There's the demo folder right there. And it's supposed, it wants us to select the folder, not a file, but the folder. So it's going to put it in the demo folder, which is exactly where we want it. So we're going to click on Select Folder, and now we're ready to export. Now you'll notice that it's going to be a real slow process of exporting, and it's going to take a while to get it all done. So we'll come back and get to that when it's finished. All right, we have our video exported, so we're all finished. We'll click on Done, and that brings us back to the editing page. And normally I minimize it, and just in case I have to change something, so we'll minimize that. We'll go in here, go to our folder, and we're going to look for My Demo, which is right there. We'll double click on that, and there's video, and there's our telemetry data. And so it's starting out, and we're taking off, and everything's working. So there you go. That's the way that you go about adding telemetry data to your Bebop videos. I hope this has been helpful, and I want to thank you for watching. God bless you.